الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. All praises are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We worship Him and we give our gratitude to Him and we bear witness that there is no God but Allah, singular, no partners associated with Him. And we bear witness that Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, is His messenger and His servant. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give His blessings and His salutations upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, of which he is most deserving, and to be pleased and satisfied with the companions and the rightly guided predecessors and those that followed his sunnah and his tradition until the day of judgment. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. One of the most fundamental aspects of our deen, of our religion, is the concept of having gratitude, of being thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever is not thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who doesn't attempt to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he cannot sincerely call himself a Muslim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ibrahim, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you are thankful, لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, I will increase you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes a promise that for those who are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will give them more than what they are already thankful for. And being thankful and grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a daily and constant struggle for a Muslim. Because we have two issues. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful and so generous to us that there is no way we could ever be thankful enough for all of His blessings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Nahl, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ibrahim actually, He says, وَأَتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. Allah gave you everything you asked for. And if you try to count or appreciate ni'matullah, one blessing of Allah, some people mistakenly translate this as the blessings of Allah. Allah uses the singular. If you try to appreciate one blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la tuhsuha, you will never be able to be thankful enough for it. That's the first issue, that it's very difficult to be thankful for all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, much less the things that we're not even aware of. Number two, the shaitan is always trying to get us to forget the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The shayateen of the ins and the jinn are always trying to get you to be forgetful of the blessings of Allah and to make you think that they come from you yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Qasas, قَالَ إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ عِنْدِي. Qarun, when people told him about the blessings that Allah gave him, he said, I got these blessings because of my own cleverness. Because I worked hard for this, that's why I got it. And we have this mistake, and I've given in other khutbahs as well, that sometimes when we see people in other hardships, we try to blame them for it. Well, if only they were smart like us, they wouldn't have been in that situation. Well, if only they were true Muslims like us, they wouldn't have been in this situation. Well, if only they had done da. And we come up with all these excuses of why bad things are happening to other people and not us. Subhanallah. And a very good example of this is the COVID situation. That when it hit China, subhanallah, so many of the Muslims were saying, you see, this is what happens to the people of kufr and dalal. Allah is punishing them. And then what happened a month later? Subhanallah. We cannot have the attitude that we are righteous. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Do not make yourselves righteous. Alhamdulillah, just 2 weeks ago, the masajid in this country and around the world were closed. And now, alhamdulillah, we have the opportunity where we can come back to the house of Allah after being cut off from it for so long. For many of us, I think for all of us, this was the first Ramadan where we didn't set foot in a masjid. You can make whatever wisdom you want from that. Allahu Alam, it could be a blessing in disguise for some, it could be a punishment for others, depending on what the niyyah and what the intention in the heart is. But now that we're back, now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed us to come back, what is the Muslim supposed to be thinking about as he walks back into the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I call your attention to Surah Al-Dukhan. رَبَّنَا اكْشِفْ عَنَّا الْعَذَابَ إِنَّا مُؤْمِنُونَ. This was a dua everyone was saying during this crisis. Oh Allah, alleviate this catastrophe. We are believers. It's from the Quran. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a smoke to the people of Mecca, everyone started making istighath to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. رَبَّنَا اكْشِفْ عَنَّا الْعَذَابِ, Ya Allah, take away this punishment. We're believers. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does He say? إِنَّا كَاشِفُ الْعَذَابِ قَلِيلًا إِنَّكُمْ عَائِدُونَ. We're going to remove this punishment temporarily, and it will come back. And it's actually one of the signs of the Day of Judgment is that the 10 major signs of the Day of Judgment, one of them is the smoke that will engulf the world. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّا كَاشِفُ الْعَذَابِ قَلِيلًا إِنَّكُمْ عَائِدُونَ. That when you go back to your ways, the punishment will come back. Similarly, in Surah Al-Isra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the same promise to Bani Israel. The very first page of Surah Al-Isra, which gives the prophecy of what will happen to Bani Israel, تُفْسِدُنَّ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَّتَيْنِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَئِنْ عُدْتُمْ عُدْنَا. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Bani Israel their power back and their authority, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to them with a footnote. وَلَئِنْ عُدْتُمْ عُدْنَا. If you go back to your evil ways, our punishment will come back as well. So we as Muslims, now that we're back in the masjid, I personally think that it is upon every single Muslim to really reevaluate where he stands. If you are the same person post-COVID as you were pre-COVID, you haven't benefited anything. None of us could have possibly imagined a way where all the masajid in the world would have been shut and closed. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do whatever He pleases. And now that we're back, we must be thankful. We must be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not just with our tongues, not just with our hearts, but with our actions. Now that we are back in the masjid, are we going to treat the masjid like a real house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because previous to COVID, and you can apply this almost to any masjid, but I'm applying it specifically to this masjid. The women treated this masjid as a gossiping hub. The men treated it as a social club. And the kids treated this masjid as a playground. Are we going to change now? Wallahi, last Ramadan 2019, and ask anybody that spent Ramadan here, there are at least 10 different fights and arguments that happened in this masjid. In Ramadan, in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we're not deserving of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah can take it away. And He's proven it. We don't want to be from the people, وَلَئِنْ عُدْتُمْ عُدْنَا, that if we go back to our ways, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will go back as well. We should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what He's given us, and to show that gratitude and thanks with our hearts, with our tongues, but most importantly, with our actions. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه يا عباد الله. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه، نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله. All praises are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We give our gratitude to Him and we worship Him and we bear witness that there is no God but Allah, no partners associated with Him, and that Muhammad is His final messenger. Brothers and sisters, there was an incident where the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was leading the companions in prayer. And as he got up from ruku'ah, he said, Sami Allahu liman hamida. And somebody, and to be honest, I think the hadith doesn't even mention who the person was. In the back, he said, Hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. When he said Sami Allahu liman hamida, he said Rabbana wa lakal hamd, hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. And I'll translate what this means in a moment. But when the salah was concluded, the Rasul turned around immediately and he said, who said this? Who said this phrase, Hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi? And everyone was quiet because they were scared that somebody had made a mistake. And the Rasul asked again, who said this phrase? And finally, one of the companions, he raised his hand, he said, Ana ya Rasulullah. And the Rasul said, Wallahi, I saw the angels racing with each other, taking these words that you said, who's going to bring it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and present it to Him at His throne first? The angels were so impressed with that phrase that you said that they were racing, who's going to give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first? And now it's part of our sunnah now that everyone, when we say Sami Allahu liman hamida, when the Imam says Sami Allahu liman hamida, we say Rabbana wa lakal hamd, hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fih. The translation of this, Oh Allah, you have all the praise. Hamdan kathiran, many praises. Mubarakan, blessed praises. Mubarakan fih. It's just praising Allah and thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best way that the Arabic language can allow. That really you can't translate it even to English. This shows how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciates those that appreciate Him. In this post-COVID world, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this as safe as possible, because we're not there, we're not completely done yet. We still have a bit of a journey, inshallah. But we should, inshallah, reflect as believers. What can we learn from this situation? Are we different people now? Is the masjid a different place? Or will we be from the people that go back and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come back with His punishment? أسأل الله العظيم أن يغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless us and bless our families and bless our neighbors and bless our children. Make this masjid a blessed house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, open for everyone and safe for everyone. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and to increase us in our rewards and to accept our Ramadan and to allow us to reach the next Ramadan safely. Anything correct I've said is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, any mistakes is from my own ignorance. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي لكم وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Still stucking. Raja, for everyone, I ask humbly that when the prayer is concluded to please let row by row leave so that there's not congestion at the entrances, at the exits. So do not get up until you see the row behind you has completely exited the building. Jazakumullah khair. Staw mustaqim. Allahu Akbar. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي يسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا ذرية من حملنا مع نوح إنه كان عبدا شكورا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب لتفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولتعلن علوا كبيرا فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا ثم رددنا لكم الكرة عليهم وأمددناكم بأموال وبنين وجعلناكم أكثر نفيرا إن أحسنتم أحسنتم لأنفسكم وإن أسأتم فلها فإذا جاء وعد الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوهكم وليدخلوا المسجد كما دخلوه أول مرة وليتبروا ما علوا تتبيرا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. For people that were asking beforehand about updates for the masjid, if you're not already on Facebooks or WhatsApp groups, the masjid website is updated. So if you go onto the Islamic Society of MonmouthCounty.org, all the updates should be there. The website has been completely refurbished, so you can get your updates and up-to-date information there, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.